what I'm going to try and do is, I remembered I had some paint stripper in the garage. I'm going to use this to remove the paint first and scrape it off, and then once that's done I'll go in and sand down whatever paint is left. So basically I'm just going to throw this out into a little holder, use my paintbrush and put it on quite generously so it sits on the surface, and then within 5 to 10 minutes the paint should start bubbling off, and then I'll scrape it off, wipe it down and sand down. Since when does masking tape stick like this? That's very strange. I would recommend using some rubber gloves just to protect your hands. Preferably no gloves that can absorb the fluid. Plastic is better. I only had extra large ones, so they're like way too big for me. But at least I'm protected. Stuff is so strong that it's actually cleaning this bowl. It's taking the stain out of the bowl that was there before. That's the brown that you're seeing on the cupboard. You'll actually see that the paint's already starting to bubble. Can you see over there? So I'm just going to add a little bit more on the areas where it seems a bit thin, and then I'm going to leave this for about 5 to 10 minutes and then scrape it off. See what happens when I do. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Definitely going through the first layer. Oh wow, okay. Obviously gonna have to leave it longer, but I just want to see what happens. I'm going to paint this little area again because I was a little over eager. That's not bad. doesn't really mean anything in terms of the sturdiness of this shelf, because the shelf is built really well. I'm not sure if the uncle who stayed here, who built the house, built the shelf, but this is really well built. And it doesn't need the back wall to be stable. Done with the bookshelf or the pantry cabinet. It's all sanded down, beautifully smooth, and I need to just clean it now with some thinners and then go in with the wax to seal it and protect the wood and feed it. And then I'm like on the fence about these half moon circle stuff that I wanted to do for the scalloped shelves. I tried the hole saw thing. Besides the fact that it takes forever to drill one hole, there is a drill bit in the middle of the hole saw that goes right through, so it actually punctures my circle. So when I use my miter saw to cut it in half to get half moons, there's going to be like this little half moon in a half moon, which is not what I want. I don't know if the hole saw thing is going to work. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it's very messy. So I'm kind of figuring out how to think of a different way to do this. So right now I'm just going to finish up the pantry cabinet, put it in my scullery, get all the food and stuff out of the briar room into the scullery so the house just feels a bit more tidy. And then I can start working on the scallops a little bit later. I'm just going to do a taster now. If it works and it goes well and quick, then I'll perhaps maybe do it today. Otherwise I'll do it a bit later and I'll just add it on after the fact. It won't be such a big thing. Yeah, let me show you quickly what it looks like. Okay, this was me attempting to put it through my miter to half it, but that's basically how it comes out. And I realized it's a pretty thick circle, which is fine because I mean when I attach it to the shelves, I'm going to be attaching it at the bottom like that, so it's not really going to take up a lot of space. But anyways, I put this in my miter saw to half it, and it's just a really messy job. I don't like how this looks. The hole goes all the way through from the hole saw. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to try my jigsaw. So I got my jigsaw out. I think I'm gonna use like a little maybe lid or something. I'll go check what I have in the kitchen to just draw out the half moons on this plank and then go with my jigsaw, and then I'll just have to sand them nice and smooth. That's what I'm thinking the alternative is, but for now I'm just quickly going to finish up the cabinet and then I'll come back for this. It looks really good. It's so super smooth. I kind of over sanded on these areas because I wanted it to look a bit more aged instead of having those exact corners, you know. So you'll see over here as well. I just over sanded a bit, but it came out so nice. Initially I thought this was Meranti because it was so dark, but when I started sanding I realized it's oak, especially when I did the planks, when I sanded those down. But it looks really nice. Still very dusty, so I'm just going to clean it now. So I waxed this piece a few minutes ago. It's a little bit wet, but it's just pulling in. It's basically the wood is absorbing the wax. It's just to give it a little bit of a seal. And you'll see the difference between that and that. It's not that big, so you can see the difference over there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wax the whole cabinet. Okay, the pantry cabinet is waxed and it's ready to go. It's currently standing directly on the floor, so I just wanted to put on some height or some feet just to lift it a little bit so that if there's a spill or something that I don't get to immediately or don't realize or recognize immediately, then at least the wood won't be sitting in the water. So we found these disgusting feet in the garage. I can't clean them because it's wood stain that's on there, but I tested out where to put them and you won't be able to see it, so I'm not gonna rack my brain to get these clean. Maybe if I find some in the hardware store I can just replace them, but I'm gonna use these for now because I want to get this cabinet in the pantry and start putting my food back. Yeah, so let's quickly put these feet on. Wow, that's heavy. Het is warm. Warm is dom. perfect, but it's number one. Check it. Dis nou my testertjie. Dan kyk ek hoe gaan dit lyk. Dan gaan ek klomp van 'n langs mekaar so vassit.
Ja, dit is ons grens.
Cool. So cool is ons houtafel there in 'n mat. Dit werk vir nou, maar ek dink ek sal eventually hierdie hele muur vlak al insit. Dink mense altyd hierdie skuif in 'n babbelkamer toe.
Ja, maar ek dink dit mooi lyk so want jy kan ons boog goed oppak.
Ja.
So dat jy ons genoeg. So ek dink dit is meer as genoeg.
Ek weet nie meer gegaan as jy raak tot teen die dak val dan vat jy jou oog op en dan die ceiling hoor voel.
Maar dit is fyn.
Dankie liefie.